God. I wasn't expecting anyone. You can't be here.
The movie begins with this woman, Sharon Elliott, a 45-year-old widow, still grieving, still broken. A few months earlier, her husband, Mark Elliott, a successful author, was stabbed to death. On his way home one night, the killer was never found. Since that moment, Sharon's world has gone silent. The joy is gone. All that's left is loneliness. She tries to stay strong for her son, Anthony. But Anthony is struggling too. He's in high school, shy, withdrawn, still carrying the weight of his father's death. Making friends doesn't come easy, and most days, he keeps to himself. Until one day, everything changes. A bully, Brent Kilby, starts picking on him, trolling him with indecent pictures of his mom. Suddenly, someone steps in. Dylan Theodore. Confident, charming, fearless. Brent backs off immediately. And just like that, Anthony finds something he's been missing. A friend. Dylan quickly takes him under his wing. He helps him talk to Megan, a girl he really likes. Encourages him to trial out with the football team. Gives him confidence. For the first time in a long while, Anthony feels seen. During his first training session, Brent tackles him hard. The coach kicks Brent out. Later, in the locker room, Anthony asks why he's helping him. Dylan pauses, then says he knows what it feels like to lose a loved one. His own father took his life. Now, he lives with his uncle. The bond is instant. The two become close, almost inseparable. Not long after, Anthony invites Dylan home to meet his mother. That's when things start to feel different. Sharon notices the way Dylan looks at her. It's subtle, but unsettling. Soon after, Anthony plans a pool party, invites his classmates over. That night, the house is alive again. Music, laughter, energy. Sharon watches her son smile for the first time in months, and for a moment, she feels relief. Moments later, something strange happens. Dylan is in the house. In Sharon's room, he studies a family photo. Sharon walks in, startled. Dylan quickly makes an excuse. Says he got lost, looking for the bathroom. Then, he softens, tells her he misses his father. Sharon's guard drops. She feels sympathy for him. He thanks her for the party and leaves. But something about that moment lingers. Later, during training, Dylan helps his team to victory over Brent's, then follows him to the locker room. Dylan issues a stern warning. Back off, Anthony, or he will break his legs, like he did the last bully in his former school. The dread washes through Brent as the message sinks in. Dylan is dangerous. Not long after, Dylan learns that Sharon wants to sell her second house. It reminds her too much of Mark. Dylan offers to take a look, claiming his uncle might be interested in buying it. When they visit the house together, the atmosphere shifts. They talk, open up, and Sharon begins to feel something she hasn't felt in a long time. Connection. Dylan notices it immediately. Days later, the team is out. Anthony is scared to check. Once again, Dylan pushes him. To his shock, he made it. He's on the team. Dylan adds the cherry on top. He gives him Megan's number. Anthony is overjoyed. To him, Dylan isn't just a friend. He's family. As days pass, Dylan starts coming around more often. And strangely, Sharon doesn't mind. In fact, she seems happier. But then, things take a darker turn. Not long after, Sharon receives an email. It's about an old affair, something from her past she thought was buried. She panics. Her assistant, Katie, suggests calling Teddy, a police officer and a childhood friend. Teddy is the one investigating her husband's case. But Sharon refuses. She doesn't want the truth exposed, so she stays silent. Meanwhile, Dylan pushes Anthony to ask Megan out. Anthony finally does, and she says yes. That evening, Dylan drives the girl to the house, and Anthony takes the car, heading out on his date, leaving Dylan alone with Sharon. At first, they just talk. Sharon opens up about her marriage, her loneliness, how neglected she felt even when Mark was alive. Mark made her feel small, failure, treated her like one of the characters in his books. Dylan listens carefully. Then, he pushes her further, encourages her to let go of the past, even tells her to destroy his books. And she does. In that moment, she feels free, but she doesn't realize she's being pulled deeper. Later that night, while Sharon is in the shower, she senses something, a presence. She turns, and there's Dylan, watching. She's shocked, demands to know what he's doing, but Dylan says nothing. He steps closer, and in a moment of weakness, Sharon doesn't stop him. The line is crossed. At the same time, Anthony shares his first kiss on his date. A night of beginnings, built on something dangerous. Later, Anthony returns home, excited, happy. He tells Dylan everything. Dylan listens, smiling, then quietly leaves. And that's when the truth is revealed. Dylan's life is a lie. The house he claims isn't his. The lifestyle, fake. The car, borrowed. Even darker, the emails Sharon received were sent by him. Everything was planned. Getting close to Anthony, seducing Sharon, all part of something bigger, something darker. The next day, Brent confronts Megan, mocks her for dating the loser Anthony. Megan defends her decision, defends Anthony. Brent tells her Anthony's friend is a psycho. He isn't who he claims he is. Megan doesn't believe him. Brent says he can prove it. He asks her to check with her mom. Megan's mom works at the school's front office. She has records of all new and transfer students. The next day, Sharon goes to meet clients. But to her shock, they show her a copy of the emails. They can't buy a house from a homewrecker. Sharon is devastated. The next day, Brent confronts Dylan, tells him he knows the truth. He's going, tell the coach. So, Dylan asks Anthony for a favor. He asks if he would lie for him. Feeling indebted, he tells him it's time to rid of his bully. Forever. Anthony reluctantly agrees. With this backing, he attacks Brent at training, accuses him of cutting him, and Anthony backs his lie. So Brent is expelled from school. Sharon is upset that he didn't tell her Brent was bullying him. She didn't even know he had joined the football team. Anthony explodes, accuses her of not being sad about his father's death. He saw the book she destroyed, then revealed that he knew about her affair. Mark trusted him enough with that information. Sharon is shocked, ashamed. Just then, Dylan sends a message. He wants another tour of the house. Sharon quickly meets him there. But instead of the tour, they begin expressing their love, right there on the porch, unaware of the passerby, recording them. The next morning, Katie comes to the house. Sharon forgot about the open house they had planned that morning. Sharon is visibly nervous. But when they got to the bedroom, Dylan is not there. Only his socks. Katie assumes it's Teddy's. Sharon doesn't correct her. The next day, in a shocking twist, Megan shows Anthony a video of Sharon and Dylan together. She was the passerby. She also reveals something else. Dylan isn't who he claims to be. Brent was right. He's older, no longer in high school, and he set everything up. He asked her to come to the house. At that particular time, he wanted her to see them. Anthony is shattered, confused, betrayed, but he scolds her for meddling and walks away. Moments later, Dylan appears. He asks her if she enjoyed the show last night, then snatches her phone. copies the video. Megan asks him to leave her out of whatever game he's playing. Back at home, Sharon discovers the video has gone public. Her world collapses. At that moment, the doorbell rings. It's Teddy. He brings bad news. He's been taken off her husband's case. With no leads, the investigation is closing. Sharon finally confesses everything. The emails, the affair. Dylan. Teddy is hurt, not just by the truth, but by her choices. He leaves, disappointed. That night, things spiral out of control. Anthony receives a message from Megan, asking him to come to Dylan's. He wants to explain the video to him in person. Anthony follows the address. But when he arrives, the house isn't as Dylan says. The house is empty. Suddenly, Dylan attacks him from behind and knocks him unconscious. Dylan then uses the same phone to text Sharon, claiming Anthony is safe. Moments later, Sharon receives another message, the same anonymous sender, telling her to come to the second house. This time, Sharon calls Teddy and heads there. When she arrives, a video is playing. Landon Hayes, with a little boy, playing, happy. Dylan steps out of the shadows. And finally, the truth comes out. The man that Sharon had the affair with was Dylan's father. When it was exposed, his father couldn't handle the shame. He took his own life. Not long after, Dylan's mother dies from an overdose, leaving him alone, broken, and full of hate. To him, Sharon destroyed everything. So he spent years planning this moment, getting close, gaining trust, and tearing her life apart. Piece by piece, he pulls out a knife and reveals something chilling. It's the same knife used to kill her husband, and the same one his father used. But he doesn't want to be the one to kill her. He wants her to do it herself. He forces the knife into her hand, telling her it's her turn. If she refuses, Anthony dies. But Sharon doesn't break. In a sudden move, she stabs Dylan in the leg and runs. Right then, Teddy arrives. She explains everything. They rush to find Anthony. They search Dylan's house. Empty. Then the forest nearby. Unaware, Anthony and Megan are tied up, hidden there. After struggling a while, they manage to break free. Deep in the woods, Teddy stops, exhausted. And in that moment, Dylan strikes. He attacks from behind, injures Teddy, and takes his gun, then turns it on Sharon. Anthony steps in, standing between them. Dylan yells, furious, broken. But before he can pull the trigger, Megan hits him from behind. Chaos erupts. Sharon grabs the gun and knocks Dylan out. She raises it, ready to end him. But Anthony stops her, tells her to let the law handle it. Slowly, she lowers the weapon. And just like that, it's over. Months later, things begin to heal. Sharon finally starts a relationship with Teddy. Anthony forgives her, and their bond slowly rebuilds. They begin to move forward, together. Thank you for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you were captivated by the story, please like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite thrillers.